tried to scuttle this process. He got, at first, 30-some-odd people and then 40-some-odd people to vote for him. And the McCarthy objective was to block any other candidate from being able to assume the speakership. And after a while, that became evident. McCarthy scuttled Scalise, he ultimately scuttled Jordan, he ultimately scuttled Emmer, and at the end of the day, the universal appeal of Mike Johnson was too strong for him to oppose. Hours ago, Congressman Molinaro of New York stood up and made a unanimous consent request after Mr. Emmer had pulled out for us at that exact moment to take a roll call vote on Mike Johnson. And guess which member of Congress objected to that unanimous consent request? Kevin McCarthy, because he hadn't figured out a way to sabotage Mike Johnson. Mike is the right guy. He is an inspirational leader. I'm so excited to go elect him Speaker of the House.
Can you talk a little bit more about why you think Johnson is the right fit for the job?
Yeah, he is really an oversight bulldog. I've been sitting next to Mike Johnson for 7 years on the House Judiciary Committee. We are no longer going to have the logjam for subpoenas and for oversight and for the rigorous work that our call demands. Also, as the Republican Study Committee chairman, he was a real fiscal hawk, and he showed how to put downward pressure on spending. And unlike even other candidates who I enthusiastically supported, Mike Johnson wants to move away from governing by continuing resolution, and he wants to have spending bills that address single issues. I don't think we're going to, you heard a lot of the Speaker Designate's discussion about Israel in his remarks, but you didn't hear this obsession to follow the Biden administration lashing Israel to Ukraine and forcing our goodwill toward Israel to carry the political anchor that is Ukraine funding at this time in the House Republican caucus. So those would be some of the things initially that are giving us a lot of hope. Great, thanks guys.
Did he mention in the room anything about, during his candidate pitch, anything about how he's going to handle spending or the Ukraine?
Yeah.
What was his
in his campaign for House Speaker, Mike Johnson indicated that he wanted to move the appropriations bills rather than try to govern long-term through continuing resolution. Other candidates favored long-term continuing resolutions. Mike Johnson wants the very single subject bills I've been fighting for. So
and
he
what
did
did he say
that.
about Israel?
But he did not express a necessity of lashing that Israel aid to Ukraine.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.